Rich, you about done?
Yep, just getting the last F connectors on.
Great. Well, now that we've got the connectors on, the cables punched down, it's time to test our TP and coaxial cables.
There are two classes of tests for category-rated TP cable: verification testing and certification testing.
Now, verification testing is required, and it tests for the most common problems in the cable and connectors: pair opens, pair shorts, and proper connector wiring. Make sure the pairs go to the right set of contacts on each end.
And it helps us check to make sure that the cables are labeled correctly.
Right. Now, all of these potential problems can be caught with simple TP and coax test equipment. And so now that we've got these done, let's start here on the TP, and we'll work our way up.
Okay.
There's a variety of very good, inexpensive test equipment you can use to perform verification testing, such as the Ideal LinkMaster, Mini Tracker, and VDV Multimedia Cable Tester. The Fluke Micro NetBlink, Micro Probe, and Micro Mapper, as well as equipment with more advanced testing features, such as the Fluke Microscanner Pro, with wire map and distance to fault capability, and the Ideal LinkMaster Pro, with similar wire map and fault isolation capability.
Let's cover Cat5 cable testing first.
Okay, now to test cable requires something attached at each end of the cable. This Fluke Microscanner Pro is a good example. It consists of a push-button tester and a remote, both attached directly to the cable under test.
Now, it really doesn't matter which connects at which end, but typically you connect the remote at the outlet end and then use the cable tester here at the distribution center.
Right. Now, we're going to go right down our cable schedule, testing each TP cable as we go. So why don't I take this end and you take the remotes?
Okay, that's fine. Then I'll start with cable 1A, outlet 1, master bedroom.
Good. Two-way radio on?
Yep, 10-4.
Okay, good. Now the job is a heck of a lot easier with a pair of these family band radios. Now the disadvantage of having all of the voice lines connected in parallel like they are on these voice modules, if there's a short on any line, then it's a little tricky to find because it shows up on a short on every line. Now I'm going to use this little Ideal LinkMaster to do a simple open and short test on each one of the modules to make sure we're not shorted before we start our tests. And good, I've got an open condition here on all the lines. An open condition on voice module 2, and cross your fingers. Good, we've got an open on each module, so we're ready to start our test. Okay, Rich, go ahead and plug it into 1A.
All right, Grayson, I'm on 1A.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and plug it into the voice module, and good, I've got a good, got a pass condition, good wire map. The display indicates the actual wire map of the cable and connectors you're testing. That is, which pin on one end is connected to what pin on the other end. The top row indicates the wires detected at the tester, and the bottom row is what was detected at the remote. This shows a good one-to-one connection. A typical fault might show up something like this reverse pair at the remote, or an open pair somewhere in the cable. It can also indicate the distance to an open or short to help find the location of the fault. Check off or initial the cable on the cable schedule as it's tested.
There you go, I'm on 1B.
And that's module 1. And good. Okay, I've got a pass condition there. Now let's go to 2A.
I'm on my way.
Okay, 31 looks good. I think looks like the next one's 32.
Okay, test 32.
Well, we've got a fault condition. Now, it looks like we've got an open on the 4-5 pair, and the tester indicates that it's on the cable end. Rich, looks like I've got a fault on the blue-white pair, and it indicates it's on your end. Can you double check it for me?
Sure enough, I can see that the white wire on the blue pair is not punched down, and I'm going to go ahead and repair it. Okay, go ahead and test 32 again.
That did it. We got a pass. Okay, let's keep going. Now, it's easy to test coaxial cable the same way using low-cost testers specifically designed for coaxial cable, like this little mini tracker. Now, while all of our testers are capable of testing coaxial cable, we're going to demonstrate the mini tracker's big brother, the LinkMaster Pro. Like the mini tracker, this thing comes with a bunch of color-coded remotes, so you can identify and test several coaxial cables at the same time. The remote screws in at the outlet. You can use a barrel connector to do this. If you do several at a time, remember to know which color is on which cable on your cable schedule. The tester plugs in back at the distribution panel. Okay, Rich, I got yellow on 4C and red on 4D.
Roger that. I've got red on 4D. I'm going to go check 4C now.
Okay. Once on, the tester automatically performs the test, detecting the color code of the attached remote. Remember, this can be used to verify correct cable labeling. Okay, Rich, I got yellow on 6B.
Roger that. Yellow on 6B.
We continue testing, working our way down the cable schedule. Okay, Rich, I got yellow on 7C, red on 7D.
I got it. Grayson, I'm reading an open on 10A. You sure you've got red on 10A?
Yep, 10A red.
Okay, let me check into this a little bit.
What do you think the problem is?
Well, we've either got a broken cable or a mislabeled cable because I'm reading wide open on 10A.
Okay, well, let's track it down. Well, the easiest way to find a mislabeled or broken cable is with a tone generator and tone detector. You know, one of the handiest pairs of test tools you can have. Now, we're going to be using this Harris TS90 tone generator to put a distinctive tone on the cable that we're trying to find, and we'll use this ideal signal probe to track down the cable at this end.
Well, Grayson, why don't you go ahead and put the tone generator on our suspect cable.
Sure.
And I'll see if I can tone it out from here.
All right. I simply attach the generator directly to the cable. Okay, it's showing 95 feet, so I don't think it's busted. I don't think the cable's broken. The detector's pickup coil will detect the tone within a foot or so of the cable. When cables run close together for any distance, the tone can be coupled to other cables, so it takes a little practice to sort out the strongest tone. But the Harris generator's got a nice feature. If you short the cable connected to the tester, the tone changes, so you get a good confirmation you've got the right cable.
Well, Grayson, it looks like I found it. It's on 9C. I probably mislabeled the cable when I wired up the head end.
Okay, Rich, I got red on 49, kitchen.
Check, got that one. Well, that went easy. Only a few mistakes, and luckily not a single problem in our cable installation. Only one mislabeled cable.
You're lucky this time. But it's easy with two people and radios. Now, we can also perform certification testing on our data cables using a high-quality certification tester. This Fluke DSP-2000 is a good example. The remote unit plugs in at the outlet, and the tester plugs in at the distribution panel. It performs all the compliance testing outlined in TSB 67, the TIA document that defines the necessary tests and pass criteria for each category rating. But it can also perform a wide range of diagnostic tests, such as near and far-end crosstalk graphs, locations to a fault, and graphic TDR results.
You, the installer, are certifying to the customer that the cable, components, and installation meet those specifications. And luckily, you have the documentation from the tester to prove it.
Right. Now that we got the testing done, let's go put the wall plates on.